how can I achieve something big? Now, are you looking to get to the next level? Like the next level, except you're bumping up against the ceiling over and over and over again. It's frustrating, right? With me and with our clients, there's a tool that's been devastatingly effective. The tool is called rocks. So what are rocks? Rocks is a concept I was introduced to by Stephen Covey. Now, he came in as a speaker when I was back in college, way back. This is the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He comes in, I'm this little undergrad stumbling in late to class. I could have written the book on 7 Habits of Highly Decadent, counterproductive humans at that point, but I walk into his class to one of the most powerful, profound lessons I've ever heard. The guy's got 4 jars and a big cylinder. And in these jars, he's got water, sand, stones, rocks, and he proceeds to fill the cylinder up, except the rocks don't all fit. He does the same experiment over again in reverse. He puts the big rocks in first, then the stones into the cracks, the sand goes into the crevices, then the water, which fits just perfectly. He says the moral is if you want to get the big rocks in, you gotta get them in first. The stones, he went on to point out, were these things that make up our day-to-day life. It's like your job description. It's the hygiene, the brushing, the flossing. The sand is all the interruptions, because we all get that. The water is everything else. It's like life happens. And the sand, and the stones, and the water will expand to fill every moment of your life if you let it, until your last breath. The rocks, now these are the things that catapult you to a different level, like the big, mighty achievements, but those only get done if you set your mind to achieving them up front and commit to them. Okay, this concept of rocks in my universe is something that means a 90-day goal. A 90-day goal and 3 of these goals. Once you've got 3 of them, you've got your rocks. So I brought this to one of our clients. This is a big custom lock manufacturing company out of New York. And these guys come together, leadership team of this 150-person company, and they're sitting with the CEO as I explain the concept of rocks, and they say, we're not doing rocks. We've got no more bandwidth. We have absolutely no time left in our days. CEO turns to them and says, yes, you are. Find a way. So that means they suddenly have to get a little bit scrappy. Few of them decide they're going to offload some of their projects. They're going to escalate 3 of their projects and commit to them. Few of them decide they're going to have to bring in some new blood, some new hires. They're going to have to let go some of their responsibilities, create some slack in their life, and now they can take on rocks. They got very resourceful as soon as they realized they had these rocks and they weren't going anywhere. Here's the thing. This company had been around 60 years with middling, slow, sometimes stagnant growth. Suddenly, this company catapulted itself. 150 employees, 3 rocks each, over 1,500 rocks in the course of a year. Catapulted itself that year and the years since that it's been running this system. But rocks do not just work at work. Rocks work in life. So I've got a little boy, 10-year-old, 5th grader. He just had his big science project, big science fair. Thing was, he had all quarter to work on the science project. Decided he was going to try and show how big the universe was. And he was going to do it in 8 nice, manageable steps you could wrap your mind around. Problem was, he had 5 days left in the quarter and there was no project, nothing to look at. He just had some writing, some ideas. He finally started building out the first of these 8 different sections. Took him an entire day, was nowhere near finishing, breaks down, looks at me, says, what am I gonna do? I said, I have no idea, but better figure something out because you got a science fair coming up. So you know what? Get a timer out. I set the timer at 15 minutes and I said, I don't care how you do it, finish it in 15 minutes. Now, I don't know what suddenly happened to him, but he got very scrappy. He suddenly turned that 3D diorama in a nice big box into 2D, made a few tweaks, and got it done in a nick under 15 minutes. Second part, set the timer 15 minutes. Just before the buzzer finishes that second part, 15 minutes. Same thing for the other 6 sections. Now here's the thing. Anything will expand to fill the amount of time we give it. True of those 8 different 15-minute parts, and it's true of rocks. See, rocks, one of the things we love about them is that they've got that expiration of 90 days and it makes us get things done. Now, will they get done automatically? Hell no! That's not how rocks work. Some people just set them, they bury their head. It's like an ostrich. Psychologists call this the ostrich problem because it's so common. People will hide from having to face the possibility of failure. But there's a very simple remedy we have for this, and we call it the weekly check-in. This is where you get together with your team or any small group of people and you go through these rocks one by one and you say thumbs up if I'm going to crush it this quarter, or thumbs down if it looks like there are challenges that might get in the way of crushing this rock. If it's thumbs down, then your team's going to grapple with the challenges in order to get you on the path to crushing this rock. Now, why is this weekly check-in so effective? We humans have this thing in our brains called the reticular activating system. And this mechanism takes the 50,000 thoughts that course through our brain every day and focuses us on what matters most. So like if you've ever decided you wanted to start a family and suddenly you notice all the pregnant women all around, that's your reticular activating system at work. If you set a rock, it's going to tune you into the people and the resources and the ideas that are going to help you crush that rock. Now, if you decide you want to set rocks, how do we do it? First, ask the people around you, what should I change? What's one of the best things I can do over the next 90 days? You'll get all sorts of ideas. Then think yourself of some of these ideas and make a list of just 3 of them. But you're not done. You need to do 3 things still. 1, make sure each of them is doable, like realistic. Do not say you're going to write a book in 90 days. Maybe you write a chapter, maybe you write an outline. Make it realistic. After doable comes discrete. The second thing of discrete means that it's got a finite endpoint, like a point in time, black or white, pass fail, where if you do not pass that endpoint, you have not crushed your rock. So if you say like, I'm going to get better at project management, that is not a rock. If you say I'm going to take an online course in project management and complete it with a certification, that's rock language. Once it's doable and discrete, we still need it to be deadlined. What is deadlined? A point in time in your calendar, could be midnight at the end of 3 months from now, where if you don't achieve it by then, not crushed. If you do, crushed. With that, my friends, you and I are ready to go out there and crush our rocks. Let's do it. I'm Josh Klenoff, coming to you from the helm. Click on the link you see, or please, if you and your team are looking to break through the series of ceilings and stop once and for all bumping up frustratingly, maddeningly against these constraints, come visit us or come to helm.ceo to learn more.